BiOMG, our biology segment. Cacao growers bugging out over the chocolate supply. What's cacao, you ask? You probably know that it's chocolate. These big yellow footballs in this picture are future Reese's Pieces. That's what they look like in the wild. These pods, which as I said, are about the size of a football, an American football, for those of you not in America. It's maybe the size of a squash soccer ball. Cacao production is down, and it's due to problems with pollination. This is a story in Popular Science, by a guy who says, I'm a passionate chocolate lover and entomologist, Dwayne Shoemaker. And they're seeing less pollination in cacao plants, and it might be due to insect populations collapsing. Cacao's interesting because let's see, only around 10% of the flowers are pollinated. So there's these big trees. I believe these are mainly in South America. I'm not sure which country. They're covered in flowers, but up to 90% never get pollinated and don't create fruit. So let's see. Here's another few problems with cacao trees. They're self-incompatible. So they're covered with flowers. Each flower has a male part and a female part, a pollen creating part and a pollen receiving part, but they can't fuck themselves. A cacao tree must be near another cacao tree, and something has to bring the pollen from one of those trees to the other, and vice versa. And not only that, the flowers are really small. I don't want to show this midge again, but here's a picture of a biting midge, and they have to be small to get in these little flowers. Here, this video is really cool. It's called cocoa hand pollination. And as you can see here, tons of flowers. And these people are hand pollinating the flowers. And they found out that if you hand pollinate, looks like we got a commercial coming. If humans hand pollinate the flowers, you get a lot more pollinated fruit. And it's a painstaking process. I mean, these people are really getting in there with tweezers. But look at this tree. There's a picture of a chocolate tree just covered in pods. So normally you wouldn't see that many on a tree, but these farmers are hand pollinating these plants, and they get tons of yummy chocolate kisses growing all over the plant. So that's one. Let's see. That's one way to combat the lack of midges that are pollinating. Let's see. Midges only represent 2% of all insect visitors to wild trees, other flies, and tiny wasps. So there's lots of little things that do it. We're not sure why pollination is down. They are sure that if you plant a Hershey's Kiss, it doesn't turn into a Hershey's Kiss tree. We need the cacao trees. I talked about this in a recent episode, but tiny robotic bees that pollinate plants could be the answer.
Capable robot, but you have a bunch of not very good robots. The idea.
Here's one that I found on YouTube. There's a few researchers out there. We showed a different one that was more drone-like a couple of weeks ago. This one is like a little, a tiny flapping butterfly
the whole
wings.
is greater than the sum of the parts.
And
all of this work is aimed at.
This is a video from National Geographic on YouTube. You can see more. There are possibly going to be robotic little bugs / bees flying around, and this might help our pollination and help the world's food supply. We just have to watch out for, or at least don't rewatch Black Mirror Hated in the Nation, the robotic bees one, because it's effing terrifying. Okay, that's probably not going to happen. Get Black Mirror out of your head. It's fun to watch, but probably you won't be murdered by robotic bees. Probably. Robotic dogs? Maybe.